Nico turns out his pockets, and he's been collecting just like knickknacks and souvenirs, and so he just starts handing them out as party favors.
Got any cubes?
Go fish.
Da-da-da.
He has.
Does any of this seem? 17. That's a bad roll. Does anything seem actually interesting? Like anything actually seem like a cool thing, and not like a shitty knickknack that he probably got at some tourist site?
Cool. You see something there resonates with you. It clearly came from deep within the Queen's Wood, whatever it was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Thanks,
Nico. Good to have you aboard.
No problem. Glad for the ride. I'm sure there'll be places from, you said, Eridu. There's got to be a caravan or something to get us the rest of the way to Santa Cora. So glad for you to get us most of the way there.
Yes, we were.
You don't feel. You wouldn't happen to feel like hungry or pentagrammal or anything?
What exactly is pentagrammal?
Yeah,
pentagram shapes.
Which is what Nico asks. What do you mean by
pentagrammal? Sorry.
Oh, that clears it up.
The shape?
Yeah. Awkward.
Yeah, I kind of wasn't expecting to ever see this
Who
guy
wants mead?
ever again.
Who wants mead?
Yes, also more mead.
Okay,
I will take
here's
a
your
mead,
mead,
and then
here's
a
your
second
mead. And here's your more mead.
Yes.
And
Oh
here's
yes,
your-
I am double fisting this.
Here's your second
Where
helping of
is
more
the
mead.
pumpkin spice rum?
Yeah.
Here it is. I just pulled it out of somewhere. It's called the fridge.
That's you. It's your nickname. Is the fridge?
Yes, that's what they call me in the professional KJS circuit. Well, a few
Good
ages
old
ago,
slots,
anyway.
the fridge slots.
Yep.
As the party goes on and as you cruise over the sea, eventually you see cresting over the horizon the lights of Santa Cora as the priestess herself leads a grand ritual across the city, blessing and consecrating all of the graves and graveyards across the empire. It's kind of lovely. You know you're still several hundred miles away, but you feel as if you could swear that you hear the hymns.
That's probably a little too close considering our history. That's I mean, it very nice hymns and all, but goodbye forever.
Is anyone going to do anything else?
Hold on, I need some clarification on the Spookum story, because I think I might have missed maybe some of the key details.
We might have skipped a few
in it.
pages.
Okay.
Got a
Maybe
little
if
rowdy.
you just answer my specific questions, that'll be fine. Do I need to get
Yes.
a costume?
Yes.
Or something? Okay. Do we have any costumes?
Oh, do we have costumes? This is like the crossover between Nav and Slots, is that they have a whole wardrobe department.
Because, I mean, I guess I still have that fancy dress that I wore at the court. But then my other clothes got...
Okay, I have a
Kinda
real
melted.
important question for Ironicus.
Yes.
Can I use one of my icon rolls to reach into Slots' wardrobe department to get a magic item for Mint?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Don't worry, I'll pick out an excellent costume for you.
Like it's supposed to be spooky,
Doesn't
right?
have to be spooky.
But also, is it well, because it's they're spooky, and then Manuel says it's supposed to be
I mean, the upper
really,
class don't really like to be
suggestive?
spooky. They more tend to like to play
But
themselves
then,
up, no matter what the occasion is.
I don't know what kind of look.
I mean, if
going
it were
for
me
here,
and I were you and I were in love with the Elf Queen, I would dress up as the Elf Queen for Spookums Night.
Hmm.
Wait, but that's saying
Like I said, it
that-
doesn't have to be spooky.
The
I'm
elf
dressed up
queen
as
is
Claude
spooky?
Luminor, and
But people are gonna get the wrong
I
idea.
guess.
People are gonna get ideas.
I mean, I don't think that Claude Luminor is spooky, and I dressed up as him.
I don't
He's a
know who
famous
that
actor.
is.
It's pretty spooky.
That sounds a little spooky. Like all of these people that like aren't you.
That's a fair point. Well, what is the opposite of the Elf Queen then?
I guess the Orc Lord is the
There you
opposite
go.
of the Elf Queen.
Speaking of, I found this Orc Lord related thing that I definitely didn't. Here you go. It's a belt of skulls.
Skulls are spooky. That's good. Okay, so I'll just wear this.
Yeah.
And just that.
I mean,
okay.
you should probably
And, like,
also
okay.
maybe get some fake teeth or something.
Oh, and if anybody ever asks you about those, just don't tell them where you got it. You know, because it's a spooky secret is
From
also a
slots,
tradition.
though, answer.
Okay. Yeah. Secrets are spooky.
You can find the Belt of Skulls on page 43 of the Book of Loot.
I'm going to send it to Mediblog.
It's a pretty fantastic belt.
What does it
of
do?
Skulls. Once per level, when you defeat a foe whose level is higher than yours, you may mount that foe's head on your belt as a trophy. You may activate the belt when you make an attack. Instead of rolling the dice, your natural attack roll is equal to 5 plus the number of skulls on the belt.
Skulls.
The book says that it's empty when you first get it, but this one just has like a paper mache skull on it. That's all I had, sir.
Large monsters count as 2 skulls. Huge monsters count as 3 skulls. So theoretically, you could get a natural attack roll of 35 if you have 10 huge skulls on your belt.
Dang.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, except like I can only ever get 4 because I'm already level 7.
Oh yeah, that sucks actually.
Not if we just find a bunch of monsters that can de-level and farm them. This is power gaming. Welcome to power gaming with slots.
We'll figure that out.
We'll talk more
Next
about
time
We'll
on
talk
the
more
13th Age.
about-
Good night, folks. Just kidding.
No.
How the
Sorry.
note
But
that
for
it's
now,
empty
there's a
when
good
found is
costume.
not necessarily correct.
I'll
about
put
that.
on just like
The belt is a good costume for like a barbarian
Like
because
a
you've been
white
mostly naked for the past few
bodysuit,
sessions anyway.
and then just like have
We
skulls.
should have a
hanging
talk
off
about
it.
that, by the
Oh,
way.
okay.
I'm just
No,
this,
he's-
like, skulls monster.
He's gonna be the skulls monster. It's okay.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
Skulls.
That's super spooky.
That's. Am
I'm
I
gonna have
am I
to-
Spookumsing right? This is my first time.
Yes, this is excellent Spookumsing. I'm gonna have to draw Spookums Mint.
Spookums Mint is just a
Sometime.
naked mint with a
Like-
belt on.
No, he has a white bodysuit
Oh,
with
okay.
skulls on it. He's the skulls. He's the skullster.
He's the sculpture.
Skullster. Is that like a traditional Spookums Night thing? Did I just get one of those?
Traditions start every day, man. You know? What
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay, so that can be like our Spookums Night tradition.
Have some more mead.
Is the Skullster? I'm gonna have a lot more mead. How much more mead is there?
Plenty more.
That's a
How
good
much more
amount.
pumpkin spice rum?
Almost
That
out.
is a stop the boat. Stop everything.
We can't really stop it. since
Handwell
we're
dives
technically flying by.
overboard.
We're technically flying by.
Strawberry's going drink for drink with mint, but she's sticking to berry wine rather than mead. Nico is just he's got his own supply. He's a BYOB kind of nice house guest like that, but is also keeping up.
So when's the part of the night when we
like-
all eat those things?
I have a skull, and you have a skull, but then I have like all these extra skulls and things having the wrong amount of things is
Yeah.
spooky.
I mean, look at
I
Moogie.
think
He
that's
was
why
pretty
it works.
spooky.
Movie was just an asshole.
Well, yeah, but assholes can be spooky also. I'm sure that town was spooky.
Stop making everything so sexual, Wolf or Manuel.
What?
You,
I don't.
you wolfman.
Wolfman.
Wolfman with your pumpkin spice, impossible double beverage over there. Drink like a regular thing.
This is a
for
regular
people
thing.
who
It's a
want
traditional Spookums
to
Night
have
beverage.
a relaxing time. Well, we're starting new traditions, and it's like, that
It
smells awful.
delicious.
You can have all of it.
I've done it. It's already out. We're gone. There's no more pumpkin spice rum ever.
And as these arguments continue, we fade out into a blackout. Both the camera and also people may not remember what happened in the morning. Morning has broken. The battle van has landed. Some people are nursing some headaches. And Strawberry is taking down all of what's left of her decorations, crepe paper and banners and whatnot.
Wait, we don't celebrate All Spookums Mourn?
Oh, that's not. Is that how you do it? I'm sorry. It's a big empire out there. I'm sorry. Nico is saying his goodbyes and trying to hitchhike off to Santa Cora, and yeah. Now the battle van begins trudging the home stretch, laying down and picking up its tracks behind it, and you find what looks like a wooden fort, but rather than containing, a fort, the wall seems to just be the size to hold a modest home.
It's like a single house?
Hey guys, look at that modest fort.
That's a modest fort.
It's all right.
It is certainly modest.
Look at that. Look at those
think that
average
fort's pretty
crenellations.
Tacked on the wall is a large sign that in red paint says "Empire, keep in."
Huh.
Oh,
What?
Like, they
Only
have to
Margaret
keep the
was here to
entire
see
empire in that fort?
I got the whole empire in my fort.
Perhaps we should not encourage
Seems
them.
challenging.
Do we see any signs of movement within the fort?
There is smoke coming out of the top, but in your lifetime of being an average person, you see, that's a stovepipe smoke. Someone's cooking breakfast, maybe.
You don't need to be rude to me, okay?
What?
Call me an average person.
Jeez.
It's
How
definitely
very pedestrian of you to notice that.
stovepipe smoke from someone's breakfast.
Is it
Well,
time for
Wait.
breakfast?
It's
How
definitely
quaint and
time for
modest.
breakfast, but I mean, if somebody lives in a fort, I don't think they are too keen on sharing.
I bet they'd share with Margaret.
I think he doesn't. I think the sign means he doesn't like the Empire, and he wants it to keep
whoa! Good thing Margaret's looking after the wagon for now.
of
Then
the thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
let's knock and ask.
Is anyone going to?
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna stop
Slots
and
is
ask.
going to do that thing.
Let's go with caution. This doesn't seem
Slots is going
exactly
to-
welcoming.
Knock, and there'll be a gruff yell and something that can only be described as an old coot voice saying, "Hey, read the signs!"
We're not the Empire, sir.
I only see one sign.
I said read the signs, not the signs.
Read the signs.
Sonny?
The signs of what?
He's got a
sir?
bit of whistle tooth, is the thing.
Well, he talks like an old prospector.
Yeah.
Like the gopher from Winnie the Pooh.
Why do you have a fort?
I ain't got a fort. I'm just trying to keep the Empire inside and keep myself outside here. For peace and quiet, which I would like, while I fry up my bacon.
I
now
would
Slots
also
is a big,
like some pizza.
Slots is a big fan of this because this is all that perspectivization, visualization that he's always going on about.
Mm.
He's inside the fence, or rather, he's outside the fence, and everything else is inside.
I wouldn't mind
So is the-
being where bacon is.
Is the fence the cage that keeps the Empire out?
The Empire's the
or is
boat.
the cage hold on, or is the fence the boat that keeps him
No, wait.
above the
The
Empire?
fort,
The,
the
the
fort
Empire
is
is the
definitely
cage,
boat.
and this fort is
Yeah,
his boat.
Yeah, this fort is the boat.
Yeah. That's okay, we figured that one out.
Mhm.
Yeah, no problem. We got
Uh,
stuff down.
You see the smoke die down, and then you hear a tramping of feet on wooden stairs. And up top, he looks down. Wait, you read that book too about the cages and the boats?
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, we spent
it's
all
my
last
favorite.
night contemplating cages and boats.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you ain't so bad.
I like you, sir. Can we have some bacon, please?
Absolutely not.
That's.
oh wait,
Oh,
I have a really good idea on how we can get in there.
Okay.
Do we
I'm gonna
really
use-
want to go?
Wait,
window.
what are we
Yes.
trying to?
We're gonna go visit. This seems like this is the
Yep.
only place outside the Empire. Don't you want to see what it's like?
I'd love to share with you some of this candied corn that I have.
No. Don't worry,
I'll
Bella.
celebrate Imperial holidays.
Don't worry, Bella.
Oh,
I
it's
got
not
this.
Imperial.
I'm gonna
It's-
spend my
I know Spookums Night when I hear it, and I don't like it.
Oh, I'm gonna spend this -6 with the Emperor.
Absolutely.
I'm going to spend this -6 with the Emperor to let loose the most horrible stream of curses against the Empire that you've ever heard. And if Margaret was in earshot, she would kill me dead right now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But the only one here is this guy.
She
and I
unconsciously notched an arrow, even though she couldn't hear. She just felt it in the
His
air.
gray beard turns whiter. If he had any hair left to lose, it would have fallen out. His snaggletooth spins around in shock.
That sounds painful.
I don't know how.
That's painful.
Is he okay?
What the hell?
Not after that.
Oh, jeez.
His biceps flare up and it shows battleship guns shooting on them.
The name's Battle Chimp Potemkin.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Jesus.
Meet my friend, Fury's George.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this guy can stay inside his own little area.
I want to visit.
Okay, we do want to visit.
How is everybody else reacting to that horrible stream of curses I just did?
Nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Nonplussed.
You
Lots of
hear
nods.
more of the same clunking
Unsurprised.
downstairs.
For me.
Still didn't understand.
And then
what
the
half of those
clunking
words
suddenly
meant.
speeds up, and he rolls out the door and rubs his head and is like, ow.
Bella,
The door, which has no peephole and no handle on the outside, swings open, and well, I don't think you eat much, but if you want to talk over my breakfast, he waves slots in.
I'm gonna visit. I'll be out in a minute, guys. I'm gonna visit this cool fellow.
the Empire is a no good, lousy, dirty, stinker, and
I
I'm not a
mean-
fan of that heckin' little kid.
I mean,
Don't I know it?
I mean, if you want to talk about
Yeah.
outside the Empire, I'm not even a legally registered race within the Empire's law system.
That's the problem. All these registrations and whatnot. Why don't you just leave me alone? You get in here.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Was Bella also invited? Since
Yeah.
All right, let's all go in. All right.
Stinkers just happens to be his favorite word.
You call him old man.
So what's it like
You've
inside?
got a lovely place here, completely untouched by the Empire. It's
I'm just
really
gonna stand in the doorway and not.
No,
Oh,
go in.
Margaret.
Everything is it's odd because there's no local forest to get all these logs for it's a log built cabin.
I only
somebody
just
say
now saw the
forests?
pod you used.
It's all like imported wood.
Yeah, he went to some real lengths to build it in a place like this, but it seems fine. You got the smell of a corn mash and a bacon breakfast with a bit of sweet syrup. I mean, it's portioned for one. The guy lives alone.
How did you procure all these rations if you can't stay out of the Empire or in of the Empire? I'm not sure how you see it.
I am out of the Empire, and that's the way I like it.
Okay, so if you're constantly out of the Empire, where do you get your food?
Catalogs.
I see. That makes sense, actually.
Catalog?
Yeah, catalog.
Yeah, catalog.
Catalog.
Well, I mean, how do you get a catalog that's not made by the Empire?
Go outside the Empire.
Don't worry me with these trivialities. Anyhow, how can I help you traveling folks?
I mean, we're going to Eridu to fight the Empire, I believe?
Yeah, I heard they've been having some problems. Sometimes the smoke and lights, I see 'em over my walls. Oh. It's nice to be in the only sane place on this world.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's great. We're coming back here someday.
So do you enter the Empire whenever you go to procure like wood and food and stuff?
Some things can't be avoided, as unpleasant as they may be.
See, He's a realist.
See, is that
He
ever
has
like
his
is that ever a
beliefs.
problem for you though? Like, are you considered a fugitive in the Empire or?
I'm a sovereign citizen.
So you're part of the Empire.
Heck
In a
no,
way.
I ain't no part of no empire. Empire keep in. I'm on the outside of the fence. It's as clear as day.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. If you were going to destabilize an unlawful empirical, let's see, police state, let's call it, how would you do
Yeah.
it? You seem
I
knowledgeable.
mostly just keep to myself. It's been working out so far, Sonny.
Oh, you don't have any Mad Bomber style manifestos then?
Oh, up to my age, it's just not worth it anymore.
Ah.
At
it's at
this
that
point,
point.
well, Scarlet, since she didn't go in, she sees rather than hears some commotion. A bright blue hand punches through the clay earth around you.
Guys,
Yeah.
With it's got scales and claws, and the hand is followed by an elbow, which begins to raise up, and Scarlet is witnessing the birth of a dragon spawn.
Ew.
What the fuck?
what?
Oh.
Gross.
Does that mean Scarlet gets to name him?
It seems to be
God,
about.
Scarlet's a mother.
Oh.
I have nothing to do with this.
Scarlet.
I didn't.
It's the miracle of birth.
Oh.
I thought they didn't do this anymore.
There is a dragon spawn about your age. She's blue and rather muddy and very confused.
Does anybody have some
Hello.
clothes?
Yes, I have the wardrobe
Oh,
department.
that's
on.
perfect. Go to work.
I give her some clothes.
Oh, great! Another tax-paying member of the Empire.
Does this happen right outside your door often?
It's been quite a while, actually. It's been what day is it?
The day
Spookums-
after all
all
Spookums Day.
Spookums.
Yeah.
All Spookums Day.
About 2.5-ish years then. Yeah.
Hey, you don't pay taxes though, right? Not.
I ain't a member of the Empire. It'd be
Right, that's
awful.
what I mean. I know. Do
Yeah.
do you ever have any like trouble, like people coming up to try to collect taxes from you anyway, though? Just wondering.
Well, they try, but it don't do them no good. I ain't got no imperial currency.
What kind of currency do you have?
He opens up a drawer and it's just like a bunch of pieces of paper with his face drawn on them,
Oh man, these are great.
with the same wonderful penmanship as his Empire Keep In sign.
What do you use for change? Is it just like a drawer full of walnuts?
Oh no, we round. Round
Oh,
of the
yes.
cash.
So he's a truly civilized society then.
In
That's
the
nice.
long term, it all works out.
I think you really got everything figured out here. It's
What's the name of your sovereign state?
I don't need a name. I don't tell anybody about it. We don't.
What's your name?
Mr. Cootsen.
Yep.
Right,
That checks out. Yep.
See, that makes a lot of sense.
Darn Tootsin, says Cootsen.
Is there a
This guy's
crudely
great.
drawn T-shirt with his logo on it and his face that I can purchase?
There will be soon.
All right.
13th age. 6 feet under.
If we ever make shirts, yeah, I would submit that.
I'm going to try and talk to this newborn.
Yeah,
It's
a
little-
newborn
it's literally an
adult.
infant.
Yes.
It's
So
a little
creepy.
infant. You should be all condescending toward it, and they'll be like, "What are you talking? Leave me alone."
It's like, welcome to the world. Excuse me, I have to do my taxes, lady.
She looks up at you and says, "Where are we from? What is this? It's imagine being born. It's very disorienting."
I'd
they
be
cry and
crying,
scream a lot.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly crying and screaming.
I mean, are we technically in the Red Waste now?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You see the city of Eridu looming not far beyond you. You just didn't want to like land in the middle of it. That seemed like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Also, we got to meet this awesome guy.
Hey.
Darn Tootsin, says Cootsen.
Darn Tootsin, says Cootsen.
God damn. I tell her that we are in the Red Waste, which I guess is technically the birthplace of our people.
That makes sense.
But
Which way should I? And at this point, there are several. There's a pair of grown dragonborn who are dressed in just like bright, bold tones, and they have sort of a. I don't want to say bathrobe, but that's the idea. Just sort of a one-size-fits-all wrap. To,
Normal robe.
Yeah.
Instead of a
Just,
bathrobe.
just a
Toga.
very simple.
You can just say robe. A
Yeah.
robe is a thing.
a simple robe. That's been a long day.
Spookums Night took a lot out of us all.
They offer it to her as she stands up, and there's also a water skin and a basin for her to wash her hands and face of the red clay of the red wastes, and welcome her to life and say, come to our city, come and be recorded in the ledger, come and choose a name.
Come and be recorded is probably one of the least appealing things you could say to me, like were I just born.
Hell yeah, that's
Like-
why we're hanging out with Cootsen.
Come and become part of the file.
where did
Oh, boy.
where did these people come from?
You
Let
will
me
be
add you to the
registered.
records.
Well, they came from Eridu.
So I
Where's
greet
that?
them.
Bella looks out the window and is like, oh my god, she's conversing with her nerd dragon friends or whatever.
Oh, they're multiplying. Ew.
Ew.
What?
Maybe we should follow them to Eridu. It seems.
They try to put both their arms around the newborn one, and she looks back at you, thinking there's still a look of confusion. Like, is this right? This seems right.
She thinks you're her
But
mother.
You got here first, and I don't know who to trust because I don't know anyone in the world.
She thinks you're her mother.
Sort of confused.
She's imprinted on you. She's a baby duck.
They're the
Yes.
same. They're roughly the same age and size and height.
Look,
it's
Scarlet, you're
not-
gonna have to step up for the responsibility, okay?
Scarlet, you're going to have to
I
take
know you
her to
weren't
Eridu.
expecting this, but life hits you with a curveball, and you just gotta
If
catch
you're just
it. and
gonna
keep going.
if you're just gonna be over there making jokes, then I'm just gonna go handle this myself, okay?
Well, you don't.
Okay.
You
That's-
want to be there when
I
she
think
picks
that's
a
a
name
wise
because you don't want her to
decision,
pick
Scarlet.
something
Just-
stupid.
Just like Bella planned.
Anyway, I look at these people and I say,
Wait a minute.
are you from Eridu?
Yes. We're from. It's a few hundred yards to the city, so you've got, some chatting time on the way. And they tell you, yeah, we're from there. Are you visiting family? What is your name? They ask.
Oh,
Or I suppose first they ask, were you emerged or born?
born?
Okay. And what is your name? Then is the second
Scarlet
question.
de Flor.
Oh, wow.
The Scarlet de Flor?
I didn't know. Huh.
Rainbow,
Okay.
you already knew that.
Oh,
know
I thought
what?
you said de fjord. Never mind. We're not excited.
I didn't know Floor sent out word to her family. That's interesting. And
I don't like the way they said interesting.
how about exciting?
No,
Okay, that's a
I-
bit better.
to be honest, I wasn't. I
One's
didn't even know I
excited,
had
the other's
family.
nervous. Actually, is how it shakes
Which
down.
one? So which one do you ask? What question? You only have one
What's the
question.
one question that you asked to get to
You
Eridu?
seem confused by that.
It's a good
Well,
question.
We'd heard of Floor loves to talk about her grandchildren, but of all of them, I just thought you'd be the one who'd be busy.
To be honest, I have never heard from her myself. We just heard that there was something going on here, so I came to investigate.
And the one who is excited is the guy, and he turns around and says, "Yeah, well, That was the wrong tone of voice, actually.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well,
Stick it up your
so
craw.
that's incredibly brave of you, and I'm
No, I like the other tone.
yeah. Well, that's super brave of you, and
Yeah,
we're
there
so
you go.
glad to have you.
There you go.
No, that's they both say the same thing, each in a different one of those tones. One super sarcastic and one means it.
That's not very much
Ironically,
of
the
a
one who
puzzle.
sounds super sarcastic is actually more into it. He's more earnest. He just has trouble modulating.
At this point, Scarlet at least has reached the city. It is not walled. It is not gated. The streets just eventually run out of pavement and spill into the wastes openly, like the mouths of rivers. It's all made mostly of the. It's largely a tent city. It's because that's what the wastes.
It's been so long since I've seen a building.
It's what the wastes climate supports, but you can see stone foundations beneath, and you know from the legends that these foundations are actually the sunken remains of an older civilization, a pre-imperial civilization. You see the what is made of brick is red clay brick from the clay of the wastes. Let me get to this. It's a big city, overgrown with weeds, but flowering weeds. On every corner, a wrecking crew and something new and crooked going up catty corner to that. Windows missing in every edifice like broken teeth, gritty wind and a gray high sky full of ravens, piles of trash, but lapidary like rubies and obsidian, and diamond-colored cowspit streamers in the wind, and voting booths, and everyone in Balenciaga gowns with red corsages, and big dance palaces full of music and lights.
Huh. I like this place.
Bella crawls into one of the piles of trash and settles in.
Just lays there.
Well, this is where I belong.
You've
If
been
anybody
converted
at
by
home
Cootsen.
recognized what I lifted that description from, you're my best friend.
Email in to 6feetsunder@gmail.com.
You will
to
get a
reply.
prize of a hug and well wishes.
You will get a DM point.
You will get a fate point from me. We won't even be playing
DM
fate.
points can be exchanged for fate points, and fate points can be exchanged for DM points.
You'll get
Two to-
three
two to
fatal
one both
points.
ways.
You'll get 3 fatal points to increase the diameter of your hole.
Which is
No.
fatal. So
Oh my god. Can
Da-da-da-da.
everyone stop defiling my homeland, both in your words and actions?
We're still in Cootsen's place. Well, except Bella. Bella dived into a trash
Pile
bin.
of trash.
Yeah. Bella found where she truly belongs.
yeah, what's Rip been up to actually? We haven't heard from him lately.
I mean, he was just kind of hanging around.
Are you assholes actually going to come with at some point? You're just going to hang out in this old guy's place the whole time?
This place is pretty cool.
I mean,
I
we
Go
can catch
in.
up with you whenever
Like,
we choose
you
to.
gonna-
Like,
I suppose
holler?
we shouldn't let Scarlet be taken away by strangers.
I have a great idea.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get a magic item for using an icon roll for this fellow befriending him.
Mhm.
I have a great idea for the magic item to get.
Yeah, I accept that.
Yeah, but I picked Sandals of the Slippery Eel, but the Cootsen special variety is going to be like 2 flower pots that are full of non-imperial soil for me to stand in. It's like, this way you'll never have to be in the Empire again. South will rise again. Maybe not
Oh,
that last
no,
part.
no, no.
Maybe not that
No,
last part, but you get the idea.
Well, we are pretty south, actually. We're
So
in-
I got
we're in
these.
the wastes.
I got these cool flower pot sandals. They're awful. So now I'm happy to come to Eridu in my awesome new sandals.
Everything is awful in today's session, I think.
Don't want it.
So I start walking with loud clonks.
Oh yeah.
Clonk, 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 clonk.
Terracotta.
Your guides introduce themselves as Umber and
Bumper.
let's no, not Thumper.
All right.
And Shock. Umber and Shock.
Bye, Cootsen.
I'll miss you, Cootsen, most of all.
Goodbye, dude I never met.
And they lead the robed newborn up to one of the most decorated tents. It's blowing. It's covered in art of although it's local art, it's folk art, and there seem to be conflicting styles. Even so, there, you can see that there's several different scenes, but they're all represented here. Some very angular and geometric, some more. It looks like flowing script, as if art pieces are their history. Is the statement being made? Just all crazy stuff going on. If you can imagine it and it seems sort of cool and it would fit, yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Mm-hmm. And it's set up in this sort of area in a crossroads between several of the main roads. And that is where you see a giant book that you can see has been rebound many times. Pages aren't quite lining up properly. The binding is cracked as it's regularly worn. Pages are about 3 feet wide and 4 feet tall. And that is presumably the ledger mentioned. Shock opens up to the last page that is not entirely filled and fills in the date, the location where they found this as yet unnamed dragon spawn, and leaves the blank for name as yet blank. And then they turn and say, "So you've got a bit of a decision coming up ahead of you, don't you?"
This is talking to the
To the newborn.
Yes.
emerged.
Mm-hmm.
What's her response?
Is to sort of look down and
Scarlet
I
June.
mean, imagine you had to pick a name, like.
I mean, traditionally, I mean, I probably know less about this than these people, but from what I understand, the tradition is if you are the first of your line, then you just find a word that describes you and make that your name, and that'll be your family's name from now on.
That is exactly how it works. We are looking for Grandma Floor, after all.
It's pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.